Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is Sean here with another video. In this video, one of my subscribers suggested I set this ball machine up at an angle. That's what he was doing for practicing his backhand, and I'm gonna try that. Right now, the way I set it up, I fired a few balls, so it's gonna be right in the corner. So I'm gonna be practicing moving over, which we know that's one of the things I'm working on is my footwork with my knee. I have a torn meniscus, an ACL on my knee, and it's just healing. And I've had 2 hip replacements. So a couple years ago when I first started playing tennis again after 25 years of not playing, that was one of the things I had to work on. I was pushing 250 because I had the diabetes too, and I was taking all these medicines, and I stopped taking all this medicine and started using natural remedies like mustard seed and just vitamins, and eat watermelon and fruit and things like that, because I had a real problem with I still do with cramps at night. It's hard for me to sleep. I get severe cramps, but since I've been eating the watermelon, that's helped a lot. Just to let you know, like I've been eating a lot of watermelon recently, and I haven't had as many cramps at night. And also, if you're in these hot states like Florida, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, make sure you drink like a half a gallon of water, and at least a couple of bottles of water before you start playing during the day, in the morning, and at night, the night before, make sure you're completely hydrated, because you lose a lot of water while you're sleeping. So I have this tennis ball machine set up, and what Coach Angelo was saying, that he doesn't suggest using cones, but the way I use the cones is I got a gap about 1.5 to 6 inches where I'm going to practice hitting down the line on my backhand. But what I do is a couple balls will be fed, and then I'm going to go cross court and see how close I can get to these cones, on the cross court. So I'll hit a couple cross court, then down the line, then I'll hit a couple down the line, then cross court, and work on that. And I've been hitting better on my backhand because I was trying to hit a more modern one, but the way that I was taught to play backhand is just bring the racket straight down, and it's also flat, like I'm bringing it like this, and then I'm hitting through it. And with your backhand grip, you want to have a one-handed backhand grip, which would be like a continental, or East extreme continental, like that, because you practice hitting one-handers too, and practice slicing. And I see, I'm guilty of myself, but when you're slicing, you're actually using your legs to hit the slice shot. You're not using your arm. You're just bringing the racket back, and you're letting your legs slice the ball, and that'll help you out. That's just something else I've been working on. And then I also practice hitting left-handed, off the ball machine, because I'm right-handed. And when you're using a two-handed backhand, you're using both hands. Contrary to what people believe, you're really using the right hand more than the left hand. The left hand's is kind of like to guide it, to give you brace, especially on returns. And with people serving balls into the high hundreds now, even amateur players, there's guys on YouTube that are serving the ball, pretty hard, over 100 miles an hour. And I've recently had my serves clocked with a radar gun. I don't know how accurate it is, but I've broken the 100 mile an hour marker a few times, 104, 105. And my second serve is around 75 to 80 miles an hour, because I hit it similar. The only thing I'm doing is just using spin on it and slice. And I also use a slice first serve, and I'll mix my serves up because I'm not a tall person. So, there's gonna be good players that you play against that will capitalize on your second serve. So you just want to develop a serve that you can get in with accuracy. It's better to hit a ball, let's say 75, 80 miles an hour with accuracy and hitting lines and being accurate, than it is to have 100 and some plus mile an hour serve that if it doesn't go in, the other person's gonna be teeing off on your second serve. So what I do is when I practice my serve is I practice the first serve, and then I practice the second serve right after that, even if the serve goes in. And then if I miss my second serve, I'll try 5 more shots, 5 more second serves, because when you're practicing, there should be no balls on the other side of the net. That's just the way it should be. You're not really, there's no pressure on you really. You're just out here practicing, trying to develop strokes, and I have an invention that I came up with. I've seen a few people use it before, but mine's a little similar, and I've been using it for a while to help people get their other hand incorporated in their shot, so they're using their whole body instead of half their body. It's a band that fits on your wrist and fits on your arm, and I found a few more of these bands recently over at this place called Pick a Bend. It's a pretty cool place. You can go in there, and they have days where it's $2 and you can just get anything on the table for $2 that they have. They're like returns from Amazon and stuff. So I found some stretchy bands, and then Ashley and I go in there and get some stuff for eBay sales. So she does eBay sales too. We find like parts and things like that. So like recently I found a key that's a multiple device key that opens up cars and stuff, and they're selling it on eBay for $50, and I only paid $2 for it. So stuff like that to help you get a side hustle, to help you with your sporting equipment or whatever else you're doing. It does help out. So you just have to be patient with yourself, and especially older guys like myself and ladies that are trying new modern style of playing. You have to be patient with yourself, because you have developed a habit of playing the way that you play now, and it's going to take a while to get used to playing more modern, but that's what we're out here to do. Let's see how this works out. I did some jump ropes, so I'm a little stretched out, but my back is feeling sick.
Good news is TikTok always has some really crazy sales going on, and you can pick it up right now. This thing blows and sucks. This thing spins up to 13,000.
Favorite stranger.
There are 32 million small businesses in the U.S., and every single one of them needs someone to manage their books. So while everyone else is out there chasing the next shiny object, you'll be cashing checks by helping small business owners keep their finances in order. At Booming Bookkeeping, we teach everyday people how to become skilled bookkeepers and start their own home-based business. You don't need any experience. QuickBooks does all the math for you, and we walk you through it step by step. Not to mention, according to a recent survey, the average bookkeeping business owner pulls in around $76 an hour. I mean, that's quit your day job and never look back kind of cash. And the best part is, you can do it from here, or even here. So, how do you get started? Join me for the live 5-day Keyboard Rich Challenge. In just 5 days, you'll learn the basics of bookkeeping, how to get your first client, and how much to charge. By the end of the week, you'll have the skills to launch your very own business. We've helped over 8,000 people start successful bookkeeping businesses, like Anne, who lost her job in 2020 and almost lost her home. Within 6 months, she was billing $6,500 per month while just working 25 hours a week. And now she's making 6 figures and building a dream home. And Melinda, who's a mom to 3 little boys and only has a 7th grade education, and she learned bookkeeping and now pulls in over $350K per year. And Amber, who went through an unwanted divorce, leaving her with just a camper and a computer. She learned bookkeeping, how to get clients, and how much to charge. She now does over $250K per year. Don't waste another minute stuck in a job that doesn't respect your time or your worth. Learn how to start a bookkeeping business and take back control of your income and your freedom. Click the link below to sign up for the challenge and let us show you what real job security means.
Chewy has everything to keep your horse healthy and happy, so you can keep them protected all season long. Say bye to flies with sprays and gear, and get it all delivered fast and free right to your barn. For low prices and fast shipping, there's Chewy.
warmed up, I'll bring the tennis ball machine over here and hook it up to the oscillator, and then I can work both sides. But what I do is I'm working on my weaknesses first, because my forehand is pretty decent. So I'm working on my backhand to be able to be accurate, like I'm saying. And the machine was, you know, set up incorrectly at first because the ball was flying out of there, man. And it was just flying. So it was more of like a return of serve type of scenario than actual, which I also do that too. I'll set the machine up and then put it, you know, back it up a little bit and serve it into the box. And I work on both sides, ad and forehand. But when I play doubles, I end up playing a lot of the ad side because, you know, I'm pretty consistent on my return of serve. So like when we're down, I can get us back into the, you know, into the match by just keeping it deep and play a lot. I don't make a lot of errors on my return of serve. I'm very consistent on that, thank goodness. That's always something I've been consistent at, even when I was returning back to tennis. So we have to get out here and practice moving and getting set up, and don't, you know, set the ball machine up to where you can actually use it correctly. Don't fucking set it up so fast that that ball's flying out of there and you're trying to move. You ain't gonna get nothing out of that. It's just ego stuff. We're gonna try to work on fundamentals. Now, like I said, I have a band, and I'm gonna show you how I use the band to keep my right hand and my left hand together more for a more modern style. Because when we were taught how to play back in the day, it was real basic. The ball comes, you step, you put your back foot into that, your racket drops, and you just swing through it, and when you follow through, your right leg would be in front of your left leg. That's how you get all your power. Now, there's even tricks like how center hits. He turns the racket backwards, so like he's holding the backhand, so when he hits his forehand, he skips that one motion where you're actually bringing it back, dropping, and then hitting through. All he's doing is just dropping his racket now and hitting with topspin. And I don't see anybody talking about that one thing that he does to hit like he does. They're all talking about his forehand, but they missed the one major point of how he skips a step of just because his hands turn this way and the strings are that way. So when he turns his racket, he's already turning his racket to do the drop to hit with topspin. He ain't bringing it back, dropping it, and then hitting it. He's bringing it back, and it's automatically dropping, and he's hitting through it. And that's why his shots are so fast, because he's getting the ball, he's taking a step away from the process of dropping it, bringing it back, dropping it, topspin. He's bringing it back, drops it automatically, hits with topspin because his hands that way. So when he's turning his racket, it's automatically into the position of putting topspin on it. That's why his racket is perpendicular to the ground, and his strings are literally facing the ground, and his racket's facing the court. You're gonna watch all these people how they play. If you're gonna analyze a person's stroke, analyze it from the beginning to the end, because you're misleading people. They're trying to hit like this guy, and they're holding the racket the same way they would as if it was a regular stroke, and it's not. He's literally turning his hand as if he has a backhand hit, and then he turns it. When he turns it, he's dropping his racket automatically and hitting through it. So like I say, if you watch the old ways of playing and the newer ways, it's all fundamentals. You're still stepping into the ball, you're still turning sideways, or even if you have an open stance, you still have to rotate your hips. All your power's coming from your legs, and when you're contacting the ball, you're contacting it so quickly, you think you're hitting with topspin, but you're really not. So it's before you actually hit the ball, your racket has to be in a position where it's going to give off topspin. That's why when you hit balls and you're hitting the white top of the net and parts of the net, you're like, well, I'm hitting with topspin. Not really. When you make contact with it, you're hitting with minimum topspin, even after you go like this and come through it, and you think that you hit with a lot of topspin. But when you make contact with the tennis ball, it's happening in milliseconds, hundredths of a second, bang, faster than you can blink your eye, and then the ball's gone off the racket. So you have to adjust that. So when you're making mistakes and you're hitting the net, adjust hit where you're making contact to give it topspin. It happens to all these people. Anybody that's ever played tennis, that's going to happen to you, and that's how you adjust. That's what I do, and I stop making mistakes like that. And when you're practicing, like I say, you want to clear the net by that much in practice time. And then if you're practicing hitting flatter shots, then okay, that's all right to hit a few into the net, but not with just regular top spin shots, because there's no pressure on you, and that's something that you're practicing to do anyway for tournaments or whatever, just to play consistently. You want to be able to clear the ball, clear the net by a few feet, and that's the whole purpose of using top spin in modern strokes, is to do that. Because if you're not going to do that, you might as well just play like Jimmy Connors and McEnroe with the old style continental grip and just bringing it back and hitting through it, because that's what you're doing anyway with but you're using spin, but you're not actually making contact in the position on the ball to make it to give it top spin. So, and practice with different color balls, folks. Don't be so prideful. Use the orange ball, use the red ball. That'll help you develop your strokes. I do the same thing. I practice with different balls. I got some ordered. Right now I'm using the yellow ball, but I practice with the orange ball. I practice with red ball. It helps me, and it's gonna help me in the future to get my strokes consistently, so I don't make unforced errors, and that's what I'm trying to do. And my problem is, it's not that I don't have the strokes laid out, because I'm pretty decent with my strokes. It's my movement. I have to get to the ball faster, and I have to set up faster. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We're back with another video. I'm gonna go ahead and show you this band that I'm talking about, and we're gonna see how that works. And we'll this is stuff you can pick up at Goodwill or Walmart or any of these bands, and you can practice yourself. You don't have to spend a lot of money getting private fucking lessons from these grifters. They ain't gonna help you, dude. It's all bullshit. You help yourself by practicing the right way and getting out on the tennis courts and hitting tennis balls. You can get private lessons from the best coach in the world, that ain't gonna help you if you're not practicing the correct way and you're not focusing on what you're doing. So that's what we're here to do. We're all here to learn together. I learn a lot from my subscribers. I did what this fella's doing, and that's a great idea. Thank you for sharing that with me, my dude. And we're gonna do different ones like that, and we'll have fun, and we'll see what we can do, and we're gonna do the forehand, but right now I already did a backhand. So okay, what I'll do is I'll do a forehand with the band, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, so you can see if it works for you. Okay, so we'll be back in a minute. Thanks for your support, and thanks for all your help with the channel. It's got 180 people that's been watching, and I appreciate that, and I'm really grateful. And we've come a long way. I'm at 175 now, and my main goal is 155 to move. I think I can move the best at that weight, and I'm gonna work real hard to get there, and we're gonna work real hard to get better. So I'm trying to get to the position where I can actually go into the 4-0 and 4-5, doubles tournament or singles, and see if I can compete again, and see where I'm at on that. And I've been playing against 4-0 players and 4-5 players in doubles, and I am holding my own, and I'm doing really well. I'm doing pretty good, especially volleying, and I have really good hands at the net, and I've got a good overhead, and I'm pretty quick. And I've been doing a lot, practicing with good people and playing. And my friend just got back from Egypt, and he's visiting, and him and I hit all the time. He's gotten a lot better. He's a really nice guy. Ahmad is my friend, and we've been playing together, for a couple of years now. And when he comes to America, he visits, and I hit with him and train with him. And you've seen him in my other video. It was him and his son. We have a lot of fun out here. It's a good time, and that's what I love about tennis. You get to meet people from all over the world and share your abilities with them. So we'll be right back.